So you're going to clear. You want a clear wine glass. You want a wine glass without embellishments or a wine glass without different cuts and shapes, because you want to be able to see the wine. You want to be able to see the clarity of the wine. You want to be able to really identify the color of the wine. You know, is it ruby red? Is it cherry red? You want to be able to see that. Can I see through the wine? You know, how dense is the color? You want to, and if you have a glass that obscures that, you're not going to see through it properly. Much like this, well, this red depression glass is lovely. It's gorgeous, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to tell whether or not the wine is clear and clean, and
that's a very good point.
you know, I'm not going to be able to read my wine, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, the other challenge with a glass like this, and feel the edge, feel the rolled edge.
Yep.
Okay, and feel the rolled edge here on this glass. Now, this is a commercial. You'll get this in many restaurants. You can buy them at like the Costco's and that sort of thing, right?
Uh-huh.
It's the rolled edge. That's going to interfere with tasting your wine.
I did not know this.
Well, because
How does
it stops the wine from coming to your palate properly, and it's
So it's advantageous to have a glass without a rolled edge.
Oh yeah, exactly. So see the rolled edge here. See the lack of rolled edge.
Oh, the lack of. Yeah,
Right?
there is
See?
none. There's nothing.
There's no rolled edge there. No. So now, of course, the rolled edge makes the glass stronger, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to break as easily, and nothing wrong with having this Tuesday night with your leftovers. Have a glass of wine, right? No, nothing
Sure.
wrong with it, right?
Yeah.
Um,
But if you
obviously,
really
I
want-
have it, right? I have this glass at home for a reason.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to set
you
my
wanna
table
step
for
up your game,
guests.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, of course, it's always good to have another final kind of glass. And, you know, you want one that's to go, right? Or camping. This is
so classy.
yeah, I know. I mean, really, you can pour your wine in there, right? And you can put the lid on. You can
just like
walk
a
around the
it's a mason
campground.
jar.
It's a mason jar. Of course it is.
Nice.
The nice thing about a mason jar is, okay, let's say you have leftover wine, and I have people who will say to me, leftover wine? What's that?
There's no such thing.
Yeah. So, but if you have a small container, and I say glass as opposed to plastic, so if you've got, you know, that much wine left in the bottom of the bottle,
Yeah.
pour it into a smaller container where it takes up almost all the airspace, seal it up and put it in the fridge. Okay, your wine is going to last longer that way, the leftover
Really?
wine. Yeah, because air is not getting to it, and in the fridge, light is not getting to it, so it's not going to age the wine. Always put your leftover wine in the fridge.
Really? Even if it's red.
Absolutely.
That is something I had never known, because my wife loves red wine.
Yep. You just have to take it out for a while beforehand. Or, you know, the thing about wine is even if you refrigerate your red wine, like full bottles,
Yeah.
even if you do that. Like my red wine, all my wine is at 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? That's where I store it.
Do you have like a wine refrigerator kind of thing?
Well,
or-
it's what they call a freestanding cellar. So
Right.
it holds 160 bottles, and it's temperature and humidity controlled and vibration controlled. And well,
Wow.
I'm a wine geek, you know, but I'm not as geeky as some people. Let me tell you. At
And
any
when
rate,
somebody opens the door, it sends a message to your cell phone.
yeah,
Get away from
but
that.
I do have a key. I lost my train of thought.
Okay, that's all right.
So even if you keep your wine in the fridge, which I think is like 4 degrees or 5 degrees, something like that, when you take it out, it's going to warm up relatively quickly. I mean, you know that if you take a bottle of white wine out of the fridge, it gets warmer much quickly than you'd like it to, right?
Yes.
So your red wine will too. And if you pour it into the glass, it's going to warm up even more quickly. Plus get the benefit of air before you.
Sure.
Okay, so I don't recommend you store your red wines in the fridge, but if you did,
It's no big deal.
It's no big deal. The key to storing your wine is to be consistent. You don't want temperature fluctuations, right? Going from 4 degrees to 94 degrees to 78 to 4 degrees. Like, you don't want that
Sure.
to be happening.
Yeah.